Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant video, and today I'm doing behind the scenes of the Warrior of Time Part 2, which is officially the halfway point. We have hit the second episode, so therefore this is halfway, which if you're not aware, this basically means that it's only a 4-part story, The Warrior of Time. I am trying to focus, if you're worried about development for Alex's character, I am trying to focus somewhat more on Alex's character, because I feel like in the Kraken, that was the last story, she didn't really get that much development. She's got introduced in the first episode, the Runaway Girl of Series 6, then second episode she's kind of just, I don't know, second episode she was just kind of there to help the Dark Doctor, but I don't know, she didn't, I'll be honest, I don't feel like she was that developed in that one. Like, she didn't have that much sort of, I don't know, she didn't build that much sort of development. So I've shown off the Centauran, I think, in that episode, or that part anyway. I think I accidentally referred to him as Store or something, or Styler or something, and then I call him Lynx partway through, so I'm sorry for that. I'm just going to refer to him as Lynx now anyway. He's a lot easier to remember. I really like this design of Cybermen, Centaurans even. I love this figure, really cool figure. And that. Don't worry if you're thinking as well that the Hoiks are like the main bad guys of this one, and that, or that you're happy that they're going to be in this episode all the time, because they're not, unfortunately. If that's what you wanted, or if that's what you didn't want, then good for you, but that makes you happy anyway. Basically what I mean is they're an obstacle in the way, because obviously they want to go to the Centauran, or the Doctor wants to go to the Centauran ship to find out what's wrong with it, and just to check up and maybe help him. And that because not only are the engines down, but the navigation system's down. You'll hopefully already know all this because of, obviously, you've hopefully watched this part, the second part. Now I think there will be a few more bits with the 11th Doctor, or this Doctor anyway, later on these parts, where he's still feeling a bit meh, because I feel like I've rushed his sort of process. Like, he's fully the Doctor now already, which I don't particularly like. I want him to be a bit, I don't know, all over the place. Like in the first part, when I rewatched that, I liked the bit when I was making the mistake of not knowing what to say, when I was like, or whatever, but then I just went, my legs, they're not working properly, because he would probably be like that, he's just got into a new whole body, and I quite like, in this part, the big sort of debate, discussion thing between the three of them, the Doctor, Alex, and the Centauran Lynx, that they're, because he's kind of scatterbrained now, she seems to be more the sort of, sane one, if that makes sense. Well, not the sane one, but the one with the sort of rational brain, because he's the irrational one now, because he's kind of the one who's all over the place and kind of not really knowing what's what, really. Whereas she was like that probably at the beginning in Runaway Girl, because obviously she's just started being with the Doctor and that, and so she's confused about what the hell the Doctor is and why there's all these monsters around and whatnot. But obviously now that the Doctor's got into his old body, but it's still kind of new again to him, he's kind of all over the place, and I think that shows in this part, because he's kind of, I don't know, like shunning away the Centauran when normally he might have been proper open to it, and that, because he's probably still used to his darker self, he's still probably used to thinking in that negative sort of vibe, whereas, especially 11 and 10, they're the more compassionate Doctors, the Doctors who would help a lot of the time, and that. But he makes a lot of fair points that, the Centaurans are sort of warmongers, and this is the Eye of Orion, which which is a peaceful place in the, peacefulest place in this sector of the universe that he's in. And I just like the fact that I made the little reference, with the 5 Doctors, I was here in my 5th incarnation. Or was it 4th? I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, these Hoiks are somewhat in the way, as an obstacle. This one would never seem to stand, so that's why it's pretty much just like that, which is annoying. hopefully I have a few more ideas spitballing and that for later parts and that. I'm not saying that she's incapable of going on her own, but you know, I think, I don't know, it just came to me that, you know, maybe that's the only thing that these two kind of male, or very male-like, you know, alien-like characters can agree on, the fact that, you know, that she's kind of incapable of doing something, you know, and that, not to say that she is, so if you, you know, thinking, oh my god, you're such a sexist pig, blah, 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 you know, that is far from it. You know, I even then say, you know, as her character, you know what, actually, I am capable of doing it, but actually, you know what, I'll just do as what, you know, you've asked, and I'll, you know, protect the TARDIS if that's what you really want me to do, you know. It's not showing that she's, you know, incapable of doing something, it's just her kind of knowing when to fight her battles, basically, you know. And after all, the Doctor's not really a male human, he's alien, and so's the, you know, the Sontaran, so... But yeah, hopefully the next two parts should go well. Hopefully in this part I should have the first title sequences, intros and outros from one of my best friends over at Nerd Central. So yeah, thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on this. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.